Just okay. Hello, Dutch van der Linde. I'm only having a descriptor type here in my shader resource. I think I need more. I need kind of the same stuff as it is stored in the layout. And that, I suppose. Well, just this, I suppose. Problem. I only have 4. Hey Bear. The number of shader resources. It's set at 4. I think that I should kind of rename that to the maximum number of shader resources that are used within a single pipeline, because yeah, I just added something that then might require me to change it every time. This thing can have 3 different values, -1, 1, and 7. So that would multiply the number of possible shader resources by 3. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah. I think I'm going to separate. Just error was not good. I'm going to separate the descriptor count from the shader resource. It's not really correct, but I don't know. Let's follow my intuition. So I don't want this here. However, it is part of the shader resource, so whatever is referring to the shader resource should also store a descriptor count then to make the shader resource complete. But I cannot store it in the shader resource itself, I feel. So it has a constructor which now does not talk about the count, descriptor count. Yeah, it's being defined here. And I have an array which is declared here and defined there, which then also does not include that. Why the hell would I call this descriptor type and that one descriptor type begin instead of a uniform buffer type? Uniform buffer type is begin. So whoever is referring to the shader resource is using a shader resource index, apparently, because I don't see any other references to a shader resource. Just using an index into this array to refer to the shader resource. A shader resource has an interval that runs over all shader resource indexes. So that should be the one. It mentions it a few times more. I'm also having it here. Get sorted begin and end. Shader module. Shader resource. Okay, this is the shader resource derived from interval exclusive sorted, and then that runs over the shader resource index. 9 tails, yes. I always listen to music, even if I don't stream it, and I'll still listen to it. So whenever I call next, starting with reset and next again, whenever I call next on this class here, that is the point where I should first iterate over all the different possible descriptor counts. Who is calling next on a shader resource is the question. Tja. Tja. Thought I deleted that. Did I delete something else? Apparently I did not delete it. Shader resource, script account in shader resource.h. Okay, so I added the descriptor count to a shader resource, which is the one that refers to the shader resource by means of the value inside the interval exclusive sorted base class. This value here. Now what I want is to intercept calls to reset next and randomize, to increment and or randomize of course, but say for the next one, to loop over this value as well, which by itself has a reset next and randomize, so that should be easy. So we call reset, then well, I just want to recall reset on everything, right? So we call reset on our new thing here. As well as the reset of the base class. And I'll randomize basically the same thing. And the next would be, I'll just call next on this thing, I think first. So if that next return true, Otherwise, yeah, the problem as usual. If it fails, then I must do reset. If the base class succeeds, so let's say if the base class succeeds, base class next. And then I want to return true as well. And now we have to call reset on that. But what if they both fail? I don't think I should call reset then, right? No. Just return false. I think this should get pretty close. Now I still have to print it. Because now I have a new variable here, descriptor count. I want to show that. So on the print on, you have to print suppose you could do that here. Let's see how that looks. Few stabilities. That's randomizing, but okay. Now we have a shader resource, which does not just have a name, but also the descriptor count. Yeah, it's randomized, so we have -1 as value, 7 as value, and 1 as a value. Here we have even all three in a single one. No, I'm looking at the wrong place. I added it here, sorry. My 1, 1, -1 and 7, okay, it's all working. Well, it's just generating it. However, there is something is wrong. What is wrong is that if this thing here, this slot 02, once that gets assigned some shader resource, then even in a different stage, the same shader resource must be used for the same slot. So here we see 02 contains uniform buffer 0, and here it contains uniform buffer 1. That's nonsense. Yeah, not possible. However, every time I first did the reset next and then the randomize. So let's do that here as well. Let's see if I can change this to using next, and then use that to generate something that is clearly wrong. I have no idea how long I have to make it run though. Yeah, it's not going very fast. All the stages are still empty. Probably should start with turning off the layout completely. That's part of the pipeline. Just generate stages. To no more layout, which then means that we should not pause it here. And then I can also not print it. So I've got to remove this as well. Oh, okay. No, still only running the first stage, but maybe that's already sufficient to figure out something. Although no, because I think within a single stage, it never reuses the same slot. But okay, I can still see if the next thing works. Write it to file, and let's have a look at this file. Now can already see that it works, I suppose. And here it is empty. And then we add a single declaration in stage 2, so the owner of stage 2. We pick some slot, of course we start with 0, 0. And it must contain a single shader resource, for which you pick uniform buffer 0, which is the first one, and then we add a descriptor count which starts as -1. And then the next one is exactly the same, but the descriptor count went from -1 to 1 and then to 0. And then this starts over again as -1, but the shared resource went now from uniform buffer 0 to 1. And then we get 1 and 7, and then we go to texture 0, 1, 7, minus 1, 1, 7, texture 1, minus 1, 1, 7, and now we go back to uniform buffer 0, but now for slot 0, 1. So I think that works totally. I mean, from here on it's exactly the same thing, except then we go to well, all the other slots until we are at 2, 2. 2, 2, texture 1, where is it? 2, 2, texture 1, 7, so that's the last one. And now we go to 2 declarations. So this is a lot slower. We have to fill up both, or quadratically as slow. This should run till 2, 2 and 2, 1. And then uniform buffer, sorry, texture 1, I think in both. Which is wrong, right? But that's what it's currently doing. So I'm gonna scroll down until I see 2.2 appear here somewhere. Still 0, 0, 0, 1, still 0, 1, 0, 2, scroll, 1.1, 1.2, 2.0, 2.1. Let's go a little bit slower. 2.1, 2.0, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, well, here we go to 2.1, 2.2. I don't think this one will go to 2.2, right? Because you will always have to keep room for that one. This one is already on texture 1. And then we get... Oh, wait a minute, what happened? Texture 0, 7, texture 1, 1, texture 1, 7. So we did not see twice texture 1. Okay, yeah. Okay, well that's good, I think. Yeah, so not assigning the same shader resource to the different slots already. So we go to 2.1 texture 0 and 2.2 texture 1, and then until both counts are 7, and then from here to there, well, these are both resets, and these are resets, and this one is reset. What? That one went to 2.2. I thought I was sorting. I thought it was sorted. Apparently not. Not sure what it is sorting on. Oh, it is not sorted. Sorry. Yeah. The declarations are... Well, no. Wait a minute. The declarations should be sorted. In there is no order here. sure what's going on. Maybe I'm sorting on this. I just forgot, but it looks like it. Okay, so I can scroll down until I get to 1. I think I passed that. Now we went to 2200. What the hell is happening? Yeah, 221.0, 221.0, 221.1, 221.2, 221.2, 2.1. And then 00. Any sense whatsoever. Okay, this starts over at 1 here. So you have 2 to 1 now. I should wait till this is 7, I guess. So now it's 1, and then it is 2, 1. And I guess then off that, so here we went from 1 to 7, that didn't change. So after that we should go to uniform buffer 1 at this spot. Yep, here. So we have 7, 7 goes to -1, and buffer 0 go to buffer 1. And now we go to texture 0 at this spot. So I'm going to scroll down until we see that. Texture 0, there it is. We went from uniform buffer 1, uniform buffer 1, texture 0. And I don't think we can go any further than texture 0, because then there would be no room. It is sorted on the name here. This one to 0, 0, yeah. I guess this one runs up to 1. Seven. Zero, 2. Okay, now this is a maximum, that's at the maximum, so now this one goes to the maximum, which is 2.1, I think. 2.0, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 2.0, 2.1. And that is already at the maximum, and then this one goes to the maximum 1.7. Now we are at the absolute maximum, I think. So the next one should get three declarations. And it does. 3. I think, I believe it works. Okay, so the next step is then that as soon as no, wait. These are still different slots. I'll have to scroll down until even this is full, I think. Until stage 1 is not empty anymore. And that is looking like, and I can't do that because there's colors in it. I can skip the colors. Stage 1 stuff, and then we get declarations, and there must be a dollar here, I think. Bleep. Search. That took a while, but there we are. Oh, no wonder that took a long time. We got up till 4 declarations. So just before the next stage is starting to be filled, we have here 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, 1.2. So they are never the same. These one are also never the same. Uniform buffer 0, 1, texture 0, texture 1. And these are the same. They all run up till 7, being the maximum. And then this one goes to empty, and this one goes to, well, the reset state of a single declaration. And now here we see for the first time an actual error. No, we don't. Not this one. This one. This is an actual error. Here we have now in this stage slot 00 and again 00 in a different stage. It must be a different stage, otherwise it would never be the same slot. And they are different, which is not allowed. They are different now in the descriptor count. That means that at the moment I try to increment this declaration. So we call next on it, which will call next on the descriptor count. Then that should fail because it was already defined up here. It is now fixed. Well, now I have to think a bit. I'm thinking. I guess that each set index binding slot must remember in which stage it was defined. And then if the current stage is different, we cannot change the shader resource. Cannot change the shader resource in stage 2 because slot 00 must have remembered that it was already defined in stage 1. I think that would work. Yeah, how do you do that? A shader slot. Set index binding slot. Can call reset on it. Pretty difficult. Yeah. I think the set index binding slot must have a pointer back to the pipeline. Because these things must be unique for the whole pipeline, right? At least something like that. Or it could make it point back to the shader module. Because I also need a stage, I think. And then maybe the shader module has a pointer back to the pipeline. That would work too. It currently does not. It's a bit strange though. Shader module is owned by stage. Stage is then owned by the pipeline. But I could skip it, I guess. Skip the stage. No, I need the stage number. I thought I was storing the stage number in two places though. Not. Declaration as a shader, yeah, stage number, shader module. See, the declaration is printing a number, and the shader module as well, by the way. How does this shader module know what the stage number is? Didn't see a pointer back. There's a stage. Did I miss that? Oh, there's a stage here. Yeah. So we just store the stage instead of a pointer to the stage. Yeah, well. I guess I should first commit what I have now. Descriptor count. I added that. It seemed to work more or less, right? Yeah, we can just add that. And that was an improvement. That was required, and this is what I just wrote. It more or less works, and I added that, and I printed, and I removed the layout temporarily. Do I want to commit that? Nah. This is also a removal of the layout. Let's not do that one. And this improvement of the output. Okay, just commit it. Now let's give it the name. Nobody knows what it is. I just looked at a diff and I already forgot what it was. The most important change I made now was something like adding no, I don't. No, stupid. But the descriptor count. Add a descriptor count to the A shaders resource. That's the thing that I changed. Okay, Now maybe a bit silly, but I want to change the const stage into a pointer to make it slower. Not really, but... Or shall I just add a pointer to the pipeline directly? No, let's do that. Let's do that. Why not? So then a shader resource... no, that was not the one. Shader module. Const. It's not really the owner, but on the other hand, it is, I think. Well, must be initialized. Where's my constructor? Now that breaks stuff, because now the constructor needs to be past a pipeline owner, which is going to be in the stage anyway. To each of these stages now must be past this pointer as well. Okay. No viable conversion from pipeline pointer to stage. Yeah, well, it's because you are stupid. Let's try that. Yes, and said you, not me. Compiler's an idiot. I think that worked. I'm not printing the owner, maybe I should, but on the other hand we only have just a top thing, so who cares? No. To the next step. So now I have a pointer back to the pipeline from the shader module. I forgot what I wanted to do with it. From the shader module. Okay, I guess I did pick the shader module because the shader model has a copy of the stage. No. So ridiculous. I should have picked the stage probably, because that obviously also has a copy of the stage number, even though I'm not even printing it. But okay, so the stage would really have the pipeline as the owner, and then maybe know that stage number, or doesn't it? I think it does. Shoot. Stage. Nope. It doesn't. It does not know its number. It does have the shader module, of course, which then has that number here. So it does construct it like that by passing the stage flag bits. Is that number? Sounds like something completely different. Stage flag bits is a shader flags index. Which is probably the bit set index. No. Okay. Whatever. So now we have the stage number and a pointer to the pipeline in my shader module. So now I want to have a pointer to my shader module from this thing. Or not. I'm afraid it's just an interval. It's just an interval. I cannot even add the pointer. So instead of adding the pointer from this thing, I'll just have to use the parent, which is a declaration. That already has a pointer to the shader model. Yay. Declaration.h has a pointer to the shader model. Yep. What else do we have? Now, what was the trick here? That as soon as we generate a certain slot, I have to check back with the pipeline. Well, I have to think again. What was it? Yeah. I can give my pipeline an array that points back to, with an array of elements that are pointers to the shader models, I think. Yeah. And the size should be equal to the number of different slots. Got the name of all that, of course. Maybe we can get in the neighborhood by looking for this string. Yes. This prints out the slots, and that is equal to a set index binding slot. What's the time? Whoops, what is that? Game? No. Okay, nobody knows what happened to this. I clicked somewhere. Oh, that was it. Okay. Now I probably lost all my viewers. Testing, I have a voice. Yeah, 3 viewers are left. Wow. It'll yeah, you know, I told you guys I was going to far away on Saturday and Sunday, so I wouldn't even have been online today. But I chickened out. Saturday morning I woke up and I just really was too scared to go, so I didn't go. And I was called by the friend that had invited me that she was home again. And yeah, we had to talk a little bit. Right, now what to do? I think this is what I was looking for. Yeah, definitely. Index end. Index end. That's the one I was looking for. That's mostly the size. So you have here binding width is, I guess, 3 or something, and set index end is also 3. That's 3, and I think binding big end is 3 and begin is 0 or something like that. Yeah. So this 3 times 3 is 9. Index end is 9. And what I want to do with that, I need an array of size 9. That's it. And then the index index of that array, I need a vector index of that size. Well, I suppose. Can I not make a... Cannot do that, right? No. No. Would have been nice if if the bit set index was compatible somehow with the vector index. But the bit set index is not categorized. It's just every bit set has the same index type. It's almost as bad as an integer. I would rather turn it around, I think. I should use an index for the bit set that also has a category and then is compatible with any utils as vector. But okay, let's not do that now. Index end inside set index binding slot to make it easy. No. Yeah, that's stupid. Let's not do that here. I'm going to add it pipeline.h. And I'm going to add here instead a const expression, which is then the number of slots. I don't think I have that already. Number of slots. There we are. And that must be equal to I need to type as well. Let's call it the slot index. Really, this is a test program, right? So I don't want to spend an hour on figuring out what a good name is, which I sometimes do for real projects. So I'm just going to define that using slot index is utils vector index, and I need an absolutely random type here. Normally I just make a namespace category. Put some struct in it. Use that here. Now we have a new integer type. And that can be constructed from, I think, nothing. I mean, I have no idea. Size type, you explicitly from a size type. Well, that's good enough for me. So we need something here where there's a size type, and that was, can I remember that from my head? I don't think so. No idea. Index and no idea. I thought, well, the only thing that comes to mind is set index end, was it? Yeah. Nope. I have no idea. Worse, I don't have any idea anymore where I could find it. What was it anyway? Oh, it's slot. Size of a slot. I think I started here. And then we went there, and then we went there, and then we found it back, and it is index end. I thought I was just typing that. So I did remember it correctly. So we need set index binding slot index end. Which is never going to work unless I include the header of that thing. Hopefully that works. Probably not, but hey. I bet set index binding slot.h is including headers that eventually include pipeline.h, so that's not working. This is including set index binding slots.h, which includes set index and binding.h, and binding.h includes interval clue. I think that doesn't include anything. Utils, nope. And now set index. Set index includes interval, and interval also not. Wow, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's amazing. Pure coincidence. And then the set the index end. I did I? Yeah, I think I did that. Yeah, it doesn't jump to it. Bad. C-tags. Here's my index end, which is a bit set index, and I need to convert that to size type now. I don't think we have that. Nope. I have this thing here. That's all we have. Yeah, sorry, I want my static cons expressions to be written like an assignment, even though I want to use a constructor. I don't think, I'm not sure if this works. You know. This is this can be constructed from a size type, but only explicitly, and I have an int 8, I think. Yeah, it's yeah, okay. Even the signedness is different. That's not going to work. I have to cast it with size type. Size type is unsigned. And that is going to tell me that it's not allowed, I bet. That is the most annoying thing ever. Let's try this. See? Oh wait, it's not complaining the way I thought it would be. No viable conversion from size type to slot index, aka vector index. Well, I thought that was totally working. Is it not explicit enough then? What the hell? Vector index. Explicit. Vector index. Cons expression constructor that takes a size type. And then you're gonna tell me that it doesn't know how to convert a size type to a vector index. I mean, not you, but a compiler. What the hell? Okay, so let's forget about the equal. I want to see that it tells me that it cannot do this. Oh, that's the reason. Could it not have been a little bit more clear about that? Oh, what? Or hopefully this is a cons expression function. It is. Now I want to go back here and change it back to an assignment and don't. I don't know. Is it really not working? Wow. We cannot convert a size type to a slot index just because I use an equal sign here. That is not understandable. Always thought that it's more or less the same thing. do this or that. No, apparently not. Right, so then we create an array of something of that size. What went in that array again? Shader model pointers, right? And they can be const. If you can make it const, make it const. So I start with const if I don't know, and then let array. There's a lot of hesitation. I might remove the const if I'm somehow convinced that that is absolutely necessary. Reluctantly. It cannot be helped. Well, get the point. How should we call this? These are pointers to the shader module that first, let me think. It's kind of the owner, I guess. I could call it the owner of the slot. Slot owner. I'm gonna call it the slot owner. There can be only one owner. Well, maybe not, but and then I use owner in the variable name, then you should not use it in a comment, because that doesn't add any information whatsoever. So if we say here the shader model that is the owner of the slot, then I might as well not add a comment. So what shall we type here? Yeah, no. This should be all 0 pointers, all null pointers upon construction. And an array doesn't even have a constructor. So it's definitely going to be uninitialized. Trick. Now it's all zeros. Okay. Now my pipeline, unfortunately, I think I only need to default constructor to do that, right? So this is kind of a sneaky way to add it to the initializer list. I could also have added it here. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, I don't. So a default constructed pipeline now has 0 pointers, and then at some point there is a shader module that's gonna use a slot for the first time. Guess we have to find the place where that happens. Oops. What was that? No variable conversion from slot index. To size type. Oh, stupid array wants a size type. What? Q1. Oh, I don't know. Is get a value a const expression function? Keep shifting these things. I'm not even sure. Vector index get value. Yeah, it's a const expression. So we can use it in a const expression. Like the size of an array. I'm gonna run it again for the necessary inspiration. So let's say here we have 1.2, that's a slot that is being generated or being used. And then the shader module that is using it is this shader module, the owner of the declaration. So we have to tell the pipeline that this shader module is using this slot. And we have to do that from the code where that slot is being generated. Being generated is, I guess, the moment that we change it. I have no idea what that thing is defined, so let's begin with finding where it is printed. It's printed here, and so apparently it's stored there. And the binding slot, which is passed as a tuple to my base class. This whole design sucks. Majorly sucks. These one have it. Oh, this thing also knows what the shader module owner is. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought I needed to use the declaration because I thought this was just an interval or something like that, but it's a full-blown class. Not derived from a stupid base class that doesn't know anything. So I can just use this class to do everything. And then everything is, well, the change happens here in these three functions. Okay, still there. Reset. Reset is really taking control of a certain slot. And then, I think at least, oh, we even have a mark used slots. On the owner. And a mark unused again. Yeah, that's good. Now I'm going to use that. obviously. Fortunately, that thing works with bits and not with indexes. But I can pass both, I suppose. I don't want to convert my bit set back to an index. Seems a bit slow. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to, because the slot as bit doesn't even come from an index, I think. No, it's a dereference of the available slots iterator. Ugh. Yeah, well, you have to figure it out, I guess, what the index is of the bit. Yeah, well, okay, I don't care. So apparently really using a slot means that we call this function. And then later we change it again. We don't use it anymore. And we use another one. Yeah, sorry, I have no idea what you mean. If it doesn't look good, then you didn't do something correctly. The only thing I can tell you is that I have Fluxbox, and then Fluxbox has user styles or configuration. What is it? System styles. Yeah. You have this pop-up as well, the root menu. To be able to get that somehow. And then Fluxbox has system styles, and I use green tea, and that's all I can tell you. And if everything looks really weird, then oops, maybe missing packages, maybe something worse. Probably better off asking on IRC and the Arch Linux channel. Prep Storm, yeah, no, not really. I mean, the thing that I'm working on now is just this analysis thing, which prints a lot of stuff to just prints a lot of text. Should a module as an available slots? Okay, we need to detect if we are the first one, right? We can still do that here, I suppose. So first we have to convert. Let's do that here. Shall I do that here? Maybe not. Okay, what to do here? Let's make very small steps. I'm going to assume that we are completely at the beginning of the program, so we are the first. And I'm going to tell the pipeline that we are the first. So owner, that's the pipeline, some function name. And then we have to tell it that we are the first, so that would be the this pointer. And the first of what? Well, the first that uses this slot here. But yeah, that's plural. That doesn't work anymore. I mean, this works for plural, but now we just want to use a single slot, I think. And the fact is, it's always a single slot. So maybe before I do this, I make my life easier by changing the name of this thing from slots to slot. Because it's a slot as bit, so it's a single bit, always a single bit. So I'm just going to rename it slot. It must be now a single bit. And we have the unused variant, unused slot. And then this is now a slot. There. Okay, so now I do owner. And then some function name, and then we pass this and we pass the slot. And I'm just going to say using or something like that. Using as a keyword. Yeah, using as a keyword. Using slot, whatever do it. But it's not really using, it's more like, I mean, when I do unuse here, I release it again. Okay, let's say release a slot. What's the opposite of release? Acquire? Acquire slot. Right, so then add acquire slot to the pipeline. We're passing my shader module, right? And some slot. Nobody knows what that was, but why not just pass a slot index? Passing a slot index would be really easy for this function to work with. But I think there's maybe a slight speed up possible if I delay this as long as possible. What's the type of the slot then? This. Set index binding slots. I think I already have that because I needed the index end here. Yeah, the owner, the pipeline. Yeah, we already have set index binding slot, so I might as well use that here. This one is called slots. I'm confused. I have a set index binding slot.h here for the index end. And these slots. Yep, the set index binding slots with an S. And also here we have an index end. It's exactly the same thing. Might as well include slots in. And slot is including slots, I bet, or not? What do you think? Let's try including slots instead. Oops. No. Right, so now we have to fill our array. Our new array here, slot owner. Wait, I did call that slot owner? Yeah, I'll call that slot owner. With the shader module pointer. So slot owner something becomes the shader module. Where the something is then the index of this bit set. Now, normally I would be not happy that I have to find the index of a given bit set. So what we could do is remember, have a little bit set where we set all the bits as soon as we assign this, and then I can do a quick check if it is already used, and then only calculate the index on that's not the case. But on the other hand, it's a single assembly instruction, and I have no idea how many clock cycles it is. It might be a single clock cycle. So it's just a test application, which is slow anyway. I'm gonna just calculate it. So convert it to an int because I don't care. I is slot, and then I want to get the index of the single bit that is being set in there. I think that is well, both most significant or least significant. One of them is Gives me the feeling that it is faster. But which one? So least significant set bit. Hey, it gets a color. It's probably the one. Oh, that's just a mask. No, that's not what I want. I want an index. So yeah, it's either this one or that one. And I thought the log 2 is like one instruction more. This is just a call to CTZ. Built-in function of the compiler. So we're going to use LSSBI. Then we get the index. That gets the index of the least significant set bit, but since you have only one bit, that's just the index of the bit. And yeah, 0 for the if slot is 1, then we get 0, right? Can use that I here. Now LLSB is returning an index, which is not an int. It's a utils bit set index thing. Well, that's not gonna work. Let's give it a name. That's utils bit set index, and then I have to put 2 parentheses behind it to get a size tab, or whatever it is that it returns. Well, an integer. And here we do the exact same thing. Well, then we released it, so we set it to null pointer. Oops, null pointer. I'm gonna assume that if I call release that I did call acquire before, so it must have been, you know. Shall I add an assert? I don't know. Let's add an assert because I passed the. So the shader model that is being passed here should be the current owner. It's not allowed that someone else is releasing the slot. But yeah, that's never going to fail, of course. Be ridiculous. Never ever add an assert without a comment that explains what is wrong or why the assert is there. Asserts without a comment are completely useless. Completely useless, or will waste the whole day of your time or something like that. In this case, even worse. That must be a null pointer, so you can do assert equals null pointer. Well, that one is going to assert because as soon as I have 2 stages, then one stage will acquire the slot, and the next stage is currently trying to get the same slot, and therefore we will assert here. And I want to see that assert happening. So, let's compile it. Access into incomplete type. I have to stop, by the way, because it's getting too late. I'll just do this one assert thing and then I'll quit. Access into incomplete type pipeline. My wine. Why not just include pipeline? unknown type name pipeline in pipeline.h. We have a circular header dependency. Yes, thank you very much. With that, I just add that pipeline. So this is not possible. Therefore, we cannot use that here. Where's my owner thing here? So these now must be moved to the .cpp file. No more inline function. Oops, it's only one file to edit. Let's press F8. Doo-ding, doo-ding, zip. Use undeclared identifier m slot owner. Got to tell it that this is part of the pipeline. No, share model. No, pipeline. This argument to member function acquires slot type const pipeline, but function not marked const. Well, that's true. Acquire slot is not a const function. Therefore, pipeline should not be const. That pipeline, well, basically m owner. Do it. F8. M owner cannot be const. M owner no longer const. No magic constructor for the owner here is also const, so also here must no const. Yay. And we core dump. And we core dump right where expected. And yes, I'm going to stop. I'll be back tomorrow. I have no recollection of brain loops. Poise Bunny. Yeah, thank you. Good night.